Okay, it's another wonderful day, and I hope everybody is doing good. Uh, Here's hoping. I'm tired, but, you know, that's not gonna stop me. I immediately wanted to press X. Oh my god. Controls are going to screw me, aren't they? Uh, okay, so what I wanted to check at this point is my storage. Okay, so I've got 5 reviver seeds. Do I think that that's enough? That's the real question. Because I think my plan is to just brute force the fight, but I don't think 5 reviver seeds is gonna be enough. So I think my preliminary plan is to go through the Frosty Forest first 10 floors, looking specifically for reviver seeds and other things that would help. Oh, hello. They don't have anything useful to sell me. That's lame. Unfortunate. It's really unfortunate that the shop didn't have anything good. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter because I have 0 money, but... Oh boy, another Pecha scarf. I mean, I guess I'll put that on, because, like, what else am I gonna do, right? I like how you can't give it in teams when you're out in the field. Why? Who's in charge of the menus? Because I have things to say. You know? I trust that Pikachu's got this. Oh, the other one might get away, but that one isn't, I guess. It's something. Don't you be bubbling me. Oh, I don't have Pikachu set to go after foes right now, huh? I can tell from the way he be moving. Tactics. Go after foes. Oh, hello. Oh, that other one's the one that's running away. Well, I don't feel like just chasing them through here forever, so we're just gonna go. Also, can I just talk? Like, I think it's so rude to put an enemy in whose whole thing is running away in an area where you're likely to need to grind. Like, is it guaranteed that you'll need to grind here? No, not by any means. But this is a pretty likely spot for people to want to grind. And if Articuno, who's a major difficulty spike over Moltres, bodies you, your only real choice is to grind. And then they put an enemy that runs away. That's so rude. Because that means that you can't do the fast method of grinding as well. You know what I mean? Like, the fast method of grinding... Also, does the stamina band work that way? Okay, again? What seed is that? It is a reviver seed. I would like that. Place. How do I take maybe if I swap it with this? Wait, Pikachu, buddy. Pikachu just picked up the stamina band again. Place. Yeah, cool. Easy. Yeah, we care a lot more about reviver seeds than we do about other things, you know? Okay, let's get hit, I guess. That's not what I was... Hello, please. I cannot believe I just got juked by an Azurill. That's embarrassing. Anyway, on to the 3rd floor, where I will not get punked. Ooh, hey, a link box. Now, that's entirely useless, but it is good for selling if I run to another Kecleon shop. So there's that. Also, how much XP do I need to level up? Okay. Yeah, I need a good amount. That's the best way to categorize that one. Yeah, we're not leveling up anytime soon, that's for sure. But hey, we got more gravel rocks. Yeah, the only way we're gonna level up is if we actually like let Pikachu go and get rid of things. But that's honestly also not very helpful. You know what I mean? Like the enemies in this area, like I pointed out, they're not very good for leveling, which is rude. I would have understood if the Moltres enemies weren't good for leveling. That would have made sense to me. But the Articuno enemies? That's rude, because that's definitely a wall. Like, it would not be surprising at all for people to just get wrecked on Articuno all of a sudden. Which, by the way, was my experience the first time I played the game, just so we're clear. The first time I played this game as a kid, I was cruising until all of a sudden Articuno just kicked my teeth in. Like, it was rough. Like, there was no mercy. There was only destruction. Also, now that we're level 25, even nose passes are like only a threat in large groups, which is pretty nice. Yeah, that's right. Get the nose pass, Pikachu. Did it. Anyway, we rejoined Pikachu. Now that we have a Petra Berry. Wahoo, that's what we really wanted. Let's go beat up this Piloswine. Piloswine? I don't know, man. Man, Del could learn Thunderbolt right now. Isn't that a shame that Del is not going to learn Thunderbolt right now? Look at that beautiful move and watch it disappear into the ether. I just thought of the funniest challenge for Pokemon, but I would have to mod to do it, and I don't feel like learning how to mod Pokemon. And that's the funniest challenge would be beating Pokemon, like beating any actual Pokemon game without ever using a damaging move. If a move inflicts damage other than struggle, you lose the challenge. I just think only being allowed to use struggle as an offensive move would be a really funny challenge. You know what I mean? Like that'd be pretty funny. And pretty hype, honestly. Like, I would love to watch that challenge. Not in its entirety, but like the highlight video. You know, like the highlight reel of that challenge would go crazy. Maybe someone's already done that. That sounds like something that someone would have already done, honestly. I'd be very unsurprised to learn that someone had already done that. Oh no, I hunger. Oh, well, I got frozen. That's rough. Just gotta wait to thaw. Easy. Took a while because I got frozen, but it wasn't actually dangerous, so who cares? Only Articuno is actually dangerous, which is a nice change. Compared to like the Zapdos one. The Zapdos dungeon where everything getting up to it was also sketchy as heck. Why do I feel like I'm about to starve. That's not ideal. Like, that's definitely less than ideal that I'm about to starve. Got this, Del. I'm just hoping that that if we go different directions, Del will, like, walk over an apple. Coincidentally. Okay, so that's our belly empty. So now we'll eat a blast seed. That gives us 5 belly. It's fine. We don't care about blast seeds anyway. Ah, idiot. Why are you using struggle, dum-dum? Silly Ditto. Also, it kind of sucks for Ditto that it apparently doesn't get to copy the moves in this game. Like, that's rough. No, no apple, huh? Please stop barely and oh my gosh, please. This Pilot Swan's like, oh, I hear you're hungry, let me stall you. Please, Pilot Swan, I'm begging you. Why did I, if he had started enduring after that miss, I would have been upset. Please. I'm about to die of hunger out here. Not like this. I have no way of knowing if there's an apple out there somewhere, but I'm probably better off trying to clear the area than I am doing anything else. Especially if I'm getting this bonkers lucky with where the stairs are. Let me eat a rock. Feel faint from hunger. I'm looking. What did I get for not bringing an apple in? I just assumed I would find something edible. Hey, look, another not edible thing on the ground. What a coincidence. Nope, that's it. I didn't realize that, you know, I didn't think about that, because of course it would. Of course it would just use the reviver seed. That sucks. That is unfortunate right there. That's what I get for not bringing something I can consume, I guess. I just lose my reviver seed for it. It's whatever. It's not the worst thing that could have happened, for sure. Also, I have a feeling that if you see Kecleon with a bunch of apples at the beginning, that means there's not gonna be any in front of you. Crash the plane seed. We're not bringing that with us. Yeah, we'll return to the entrance. Then we'll store everything, I guess. And back we go to searching through. Bummer that we didn't actually get to keep the reviver seed. We were really close. And yeah, I just without fear went in here without any food again. Not even a little afraid. And handle. Also, I know what I want to actually have set up here. So tactics, go the other way in general, and then I want to go to settings, game options, dungeon, far off pals, look. I don't like look generally, but it will show me items that are in the same area. Wait, it did that? Color me surprised on that one. I thought I would be good. Anyway, yeah, we'll search more thoroughly after we either find an apple on the ground or oh, well, okay. Gift, omen. Because what that does is extend out, yeah. Slows down how fast your belly goes down, which was what I thought it did. Just, you know, glad to confirm. Okay, so there's an item in that room. I didn't get to see what it was. Hopefully I'll be able to see it in a second here, because Pikachu's gonna move downward. It is an apple. There is an apple on the ground over there. That means that we can go back to fully exploring every floor. At least for several floors in a row. We're absolutely not leaving without the apple. It is in fact vitally important that we obtain the apple. You just hardcore ignoring this ferret behind me. I didn't run that. Well, I guess it knew it would get, please, fully X'd out of the menu. Thank you. There we go. Easy game, easy life. This is why I don't like having look on. It's honestly painfully slow. I need speed up button. There it is. I was like sitting here like, I don't remember which one of these it is. Okay, there we go. Anyway, we got the apple. That's what really matters. Also, how messed up is it that I'm pretty sure that it is just canon that Kecleon just takes all of the important items for survival in any place that oops, wasn't paying attention. I got caught slacking. Go that way, Pikachu. I'll go this way. Although it doesn't look like it. Oh, that'd be why it doesn't. Pikachu gonna pick it up? Yeah, Pikachu picked it up. Good. Okay. That's everywhere on this floor. Really wish I could just switch who was the one in control. So that way I could just have Del walk to the stairs. I wish whether it looked or not was an easier toggle. Instead of being buried in the settings. Because I'd really like to just turn it quick on and off. You know? Like, that's what I would like to do with it. But alas, that's not how the game works, right? Okay, now we beat up some enemies. Yeah, you use Fury Swipes. Good for you, buddy. Good for you. How'd that work out for you? Please. Please, Ferret, leave me alone. Wait, Ferret, why? Why must you be like this? That's right, Ferret. You're surrounded. Jerk. Okay. We look around at the speed of sound. Okay, you know what? We've gotten one apple anyway. So I'm not too worried about that, you know? That doesn't connect. Bummer. Good for you, Omen. You got some, or not Omen, Adele, you got some delicious XP from a Ferret out there. I got some XP from a Ditto, which is, you know, something. Anyway, onward! Hello, Nosepass. We're here to beat you up. Oh, there's a blue gummy somewhere. Don't mind if I do. I would, in fact, like to collect a gummy. I do love me some gummies. I hate that it still, like, stops me when Del's fighting. When I have it set to self, I think I've made it clear I don't care what happens to Del. Okay, it is now started barely enduring. So I'm just gonna move away until it's not enduring anymore. Oh boy. A gummy. Well, we'll just eat it. It's whatever. Do. Oh boy. An orange berry. Okay, there's like maybe one room left in the top right, and then we're through another floor. Bummer that we haven't found a seed yet, but you know, that's just how it works. Please, let me defeat you. Okay, we continue on our merry way. It truly is a way of much merry. I'm honestly kind of sad that there's not monster houses yet. Or monster house equivalent, rather. Are they called monster houses even in the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games? But, you know, that equivalent, where there's a bunch of enemies in one room. That's what I would love if that existed already. That would be great. If an enemy picks up a Reviver Seed, do they revive when I beat them? Like, do they get the benefit? Oh, hey, I got a power band. Nice. Not that that's going to save me, but you know, it's a nice thing to pick up anyway. It's been a... Oh, by the way, I forgot to explain this. So the reason I didn't stream for, like, most of last week, by most, I mean any day that wasn't Sunday, is... Lyron, please stop just spamming Iron Defense. At least we got a lot of XP for that one. But the reason I didn't stream last week is because two things. One, I was feeling pretty burnt out on streaming in general. Like, I didn't want to stream. You know, like, I needed the break. But two, I hyperfixated on learning Unreal Engine. And there may be a game in the future. I don't know. I'll let you know. I also learned how to do 3D modeling because I didn't know how to do that. And I'm very happy with the results. You know, I'm still in the beginner stages, but I've, you know, moved past the donut tutorial and onto making my own things. And I feel like some of the things that I'm making are coming out fairly well. So I'm feeling pretty good about continuing on making things with 3D modeling. If that continues to go well, you might hear more about that in the form of me doing other cool things with it. Who knows? Like, that could happen. I would not put it past me to make a cool thing with 3D modeling one day and just, like, one day I just come out with it. I would really like to make a VTuber model with it. But I don't think I'll be able to. Or rather, I'll be able to make the VTuber model. That's not the problem. The problem is, can my computer run a VTuber model while streaming into it, like, and doing other games, you know? Like, I've talked about it before that my computer barely does a lot of things, right? So I'm a little worried that, like, I can make the attempt on that one, but it may not work out for me, you know? That one, as much as I would like it to be possible, might not be. Look at how much less damage Pikachu takes. Man. We're the same level now, aren't we? Finally? Pikachu finally stopped, like, horribly out-leveling me. He's got 41 defense. I've got 38, though. That extra 3 points in defense, makes a lot of difference in how much damage you take. But yeah. I will, continue to make cool things. If I finish making a game, or to a point where I want people to, you know, see it, play it, whatever, I'll be sure to post that in as many places as I can. You know, don't expect anything amazing, but I like to think I at least conceptually know how to make a game fun, because I have thought about that a lot, and I've been playing games my whole life. So I'd like to think that at least on a conceptual level, I can make a game that's fun for me, which means the people who are like me will have fun playing it. I'm very aware that I like a specific kind of game, and I'm gonna make a game that's like that. You know what I mean? Like, I like games where there's grinding, and grinding is fun and rewarding. You know, games where, it is both fun to grind, but it also doesn't take, like, too much concentration to do. You know, like there's a lot of things about, like, I've got a lot of opinions about how to make grinding in games fun. Like, for example, I think grinding in most Pokemon games is very not fun. And if you really want like the ultimate proof that grinding in most Pokemon games is very not fun, then look no further than the way that people would rather bike. You know, people there's a lot of people who, instead of grinding by fighting in Pokemon games, especially in the older ones, would grind by using the daycare, right? If it is more fun to ride the bike around than to grind in your game, that's not super fun. You know? Not moves. Summary. Not summary, what am I doing? Tactics, that's what I wanted. Switch to go after foes. So that way when Pikachu gets back to me, it'll stop moving. Which is what I want. Because I do want it to keep fighting Layrons. Because they are great XP at 200 a pop. So I'm inclined to, when I get up to the 9th floor, just beat up a bunch of them. Okay, it'd be nice if I stopped whiffing every hit, you know? Like, that'd be nice. Well, I guess my accuracy is being lowered. That's what's happening. So I guess I shouldn't be surprised that I'm missing. Gonna eat an orange berry so we don't perish. These things are actually dangerous to me. Okay, so Dell's just walking in a circle, which I think is funny. Like, the one time I want him to randomly find me with go after foes on is, of course, the one time he never will. You know what I mean? Like, of course. I should have expected that, honestly. My bad for not assuming that that was what the result would be. Honestly, I'm the one in the wrong here. The game is correct. That's my bad. Anyway, our belly is now empty. I'll eat the gummy to extend this out a little bit longer. Because it's not a huge extension, but it is an extension. And yeah, this is probably the best XP that we're likely to get. This is a Ditto. It really just struggled until it beat itself. We can go through one more something is coming notification before I just get us out of here. Yo, why you trying to set up on me? Get out of here, Mediana. It's not allowed. Okay, yeah, we're out of here. Because I don't want to lose the items and money that I got. Okay, do I want to test, I think is the better question, if I have enough stuff. You know, like I could just take all of my stuff and test if what I have is enough. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go see, we're gonna go find out, am I strong enough to beat Articuno yet? Yeah, like, am I strong enough to where I feel like it's a realistic possibility? Grab Power Band. It's unfortunate I can't get any kind of protection from being frozen, but you know, that's just the reality, right? I definitely want a Petrify Orb, because I want every Petrify Orb, because that'll help. Assuming that it can actually be hit by it, which I'm assuming it can't. Exited out. That was accidental. Okay, so we want the Blowback Orb, we want the Petrify Orb. We want... Oh, there's no, that's right, there's no interaction in this. I wish I could get that forever. Because the interactions for this are slow. Take all 8 of those. Take 99 of those. Pick 2 apples. Pick like 3 orange berries. What's Hunger Seed do? Does it just make you... Oh. Why would you ever want that? Can I throw that at other Pokemon and make them eat it? Make it so that way they can't move? Because that's the only use of that I can see. What's the difference between scanner and radar? Ah, I see. Foes and items. Got it. Anyway, then take 2 more Petrify orbs. And that's all I can actually fit. Okay, yeah, save. This'll have to be good enough. So let's sort this, and once we're inside, we'll give the power bands. Okay, so we're actually trying to get through now. We're back to going right for the boss mode. This time we will surely win. Give that to Omen. Give that to Dell. Just increase their attack damage by a little bit. It's a pretty negligible increase, honestly. It's not huge, but it is an increase that exists. So, you know, we take that. You know, it is a non-zero increase. We will still pick up anything that we happen to see. Also, let me go ahead and set gravel rocks. That's right, for it. Yeah, that's right. You can't even get up to me before you gotta run away. And you're not getting away, buddy. I've got plenty of gravel rocks just for you. Well, I found some more money, I guess. That's not bad. Oh, hi, Ferret. Do you mind? Ferret minded. I have to remember to actually give most of the gravel rocks to Pikachu before going into the last area. You're not getting away for it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, buddy, but I'm gonna have to insist that you sit your ass back down. If I try and place them on the ground, can I choose how many rocks to place? I guess it doesn't matter because when I pick them up, they'd automatically restack. Never mind. Actually, it would matter because I can still do some finagling with that. I can make it work. So can I, if I hit place? No. Okay, yeah, it does just put the whole stack on the ground. Okay. Having a Pecha Berry is better than not having one. Better to not be poisoned. Off we go. Oh, hey, another apple. That fur, like, Dell's going off to go fight that fur, and I'm just like, I think I'm just gonna leave. Our inventory's full, but that's fine. I can't use linked boxes anyway, so I don't particularly care. I will just go ahead and eat the black gummy off the ground, because, like, why not, right? Self-cure, huh? What does that do? Well, yes, I would like that. Thank you. Easy. That's actually really nice, because I'm about to get frozen in this boss fight. I'm not sure if it'll really matter, because I think if I get frozen, I'm just going to end up using a Reviver Seed regardless, because of how much damage Articuno does. But, like, it could matter. You know, it is not impossible for it to matter. Like, how as soon as I dealt damage to someone, I was like, oh, this is a Ditto. I knew. I was like, I don't do that much damage to Piloswines. That is not true. Piloswine be over there like, I'm gonna fight you. And I'm like, ah. Oh, never mind. Ditto be over there like, I'm gonna fight you. My bad. Onward to glory. Hey there. It's a nice gummy that's on the ground over there. Oh, you picked it up? How nice of you to volunteer for death. Darn it, Pikachu. Rough. Well, I did thaw out noticeably faster, so that is working. Rough. Faster, however, does not mean as immediate as I would like. Can I just say, Endure was a really rude move to make have that effect in this game. That it just lasts for, like, a while. Okay, I would also like for, Pikachu to have, self-cure, so we're gonna start throwing gummies at him. You know what I mean? Like, we're gonna start trying to solve that problem. Okay, I really would like a second stack of those. So we're just gonna throw the max elixir. We can't use them anyway, because we can't use moves. So, like, who cares? Yeah, having a second stack of gravel rocks building up means that I'll have a separate stack of gravel rocks to give Pikachu for the fight. Which is more useful than the power band. Probably will be. Giving Del a ranged option to use when I do things like use the blowback orb is more important. The real question is, can I put out enough damage before Articuno just cooks me? Because there's no question that, like, we're fighting on borrowed time, right? On this one, like, that's not up for debate. Like, this is going to be a fight on borrowed time. The question is, can we make it work with our reviver seed, with the amount of reviver seeds we currently have? And more accurately, does it feel possible? Like, I'm not going for, like, can I one and done it? I'm going, am I at the point yet where I should start trying for it? Or do I need, like, another level for each of them and another reviver seed or two? Like, how close am I to being able to do it? Because I have reduced the amount of damage that the enemies deal to me pretty nicely. So, like, there's a good chance that maybe I'm actually good, you know? Like it's not impossible that I am in fact fine at this point. Like, it is entirely possible that I am just way more okay than I think I am. Especially once especially if I level up before the fight, which I might. I only need like 2,500 on Omen, which means I need like 1,000 on Del, give or take a bit. Which means that leveling up before the fight for Del, pretty certain. Leveling up before the fight for Omen, quite possible. That Ditto really just spawned in and then transformed. Why does Ditto only get struggle when it transforms? Why did they hate Ditto so much? Like, what the heck, guys? What did Ditto do to you? Gonna eat an apple because I'd rather have an orangeberry than an apple. Like, if I've got to choose what's in my inventory, I'm gonna pick the orangeberry. Especially since I kind of want to grind a bit on the floor anyway. Hey, it's a Laren. Use iron defense, buddy. Please. There we go. That was weird. It wasn't letting me push the buttons for a second there. It did not use iron defense. What a bummer. Okay, buddy, go off. Yeah, you raise your evasion. You even see me yet when you did that? Like, did you just... Were you just walking along and you just decided you needed more evasion to live life? Or do you actually perceive me? Because either way, that's funny. Yeah, it used Harden on itself. Yeah, buddy, how's your defense going? It's a real shame that I've just got rocks, huh? Like, it is a real shame for you that I've just got a pile of rocks. That's just real unfortunate. Okay, yeah, there was no path down there. Who would win? Every Pokemon in existence or my pile of rocks? Because the answer is my pile of rocks, just so we're clear. That is the one true answer to that question. The pile of rocks wins. Okay. What do I want to look at? I'm 1700 away from leveling up. If I was going to level up beforehand, I'd prefer to do it on this floor. So we'll see if we can manage that. By we, I mean we'll see if Pikachu can manage that. We're 300 XP richer already, so like so far it's going pretty well. Like we're getting lots of XP. We'll throw a gravel rock just to help out, you know. Pikachu was looking a little beat up. Oops, that's what I meant to do. Hit the wrong button there. Easy. What are we at on? We are about to level up. Okay. Yeah, definitely possible because we haven't even seen the first something is there. There it is. Yeah, that. We hadn't seen that yet. Come on. Yeah, Laren used Iron Defense. Awesome. Anyway, Adele levels up. One of the main benefits of leveling up is that it increases your damage, because I am certain, based on what happened with that Magnemite, that part of your damage calculation is your level. Like, there's no doubt in my mind that that is part of the damage calculation. Something is approaching. Darn it. We have to go. Oh well, Almond's about to level up. He'll definitely level up on the way. So, like, it's fine. It bothers me that these Kangaskhan statues are not also storage. Like, some statues are storage and some are not. And I kind of get it, but on the other hand, the inconsistency bothers me. I wish they just picked a different sprite for this. Like, had it be two different statues. You know? Like there were other options that they could have done there. Okay, we keep going. We've got this. We've got this under control. Articuno can't stop us. Only we can stop us, and we're not going to. Okay, smack. Smack. Okay, missed. Rough. Wait, did I not get XP because it beat itself with recoil? What? That's how that works? That's not okay. I'm not okay with what just happened. What do you mean if an enemy beats itself with recoil, I don't get XP? That's so messed up. Anyway, I want Omen to level up. I also will continue to throw more gummies at Del. Oh, an enemy appeared over there. Okay, there's 84 experience. But I got XP for it that time. Alright, just beat up Matang. Don't defeat yourself this time, please. And there we go, there's Omen's level up. Okay, back we go now. I don't remember how many floors there are before Articuno. But may I just say, I think it's wild how much easier, maybe it's just because I'm higher level now at this point, but I feel like the path to Articuno is the easiest of the three birds, even when, like, the enemies here know super effective moves against me, and it still didn't feel hard. You know what I mean? I'd rather have an oranberry than an apple. It's real simple math at this point. But like, even with all that, these enemies just don't feel very very difficult, even though they're super effective against me. Whereas the way to the other birds felt like legitimately harrowing. Like, it felt like me losing on the way to the other birds was a real possibility. Whereas on this one, doesn't feel that real of a possibility. Again, some of that might just be a consequence of me being higher level. Where are the stairs? But there must be a room to the right. Like all the way over here somewhere. One of these hallways must lead to a room. Yeah, okay. There we go. I was like, I didn't think that there was a room over here, so I was really confused for a second. I was like, where are stairs? Let me out. Set me free. No, thank you, Matang. Please be defeated. Yeah, I really didn't need to worry about making sure that Owen leveled up before we got here, because yeah, the enemies are doing that for me. Like, no problem. I'd honestly really like to grind Matangs. They give really good XP for enemies that are not threatening at all. Like, the biggest threat they have is that they'll take themselves out and I won't get XP for it. Like, that's the only threat they have on me. But okay. Give the gravel rocks to Del. And then I believe yeah. We already watched this scene, so I will skip it without any remorse. I'll immediately throw an Iron Thorn. That's a nice 45 damage. Then we will use our Petrify Orb. Ooh, we are not allowed to use Petrify Orbs. Okay. The good news is we can survive more than one of those. What does Protection of Mist do in this context? So I think we have enough Reviver Seeds that we can just take it out. Like, I think this is enough. Using it, continuing to buff itself makes me a little nervous, but agility is not that scary of a buff, so like, it's fine. Like, we're fine. Anyway, we just get back up. We don't even care. Get hit again. Okay, Articuno is looking pretty beat up. Unfortunately, we have run out of our damaging item, which means that we're not allowed to use orbs. That's unfortunate. I guess I should have expected something like that to be true. Okay, Pikachu, if you dodge this, I'm gonna be legitimately upset with you. I still think it's super dumb that they can dodge healing items. Okay, we did it! Easy! Easy game, easy life. Articuno cannot take this strife. Oh... I'm actually curious to look back at how many times we leveled before trying it. I thought we were going to be grinding a lot longer. I always forget how much level matters. Because for reference, we were taking on like a 2-3 level difference. It definitely wasn't more than 4. We were taking more than 10 less damage per hit. Which, you know, really makes a difference. When you only have 80, when you only had 70 health, to go up to 80 and be taking 10 less damage. Anyway, Dell's like, we've got places to be. Let us through. And Articuno's like, I'm being stubborn. And Dell's so confused, like, why are we not allowed to go? Articuno be like, it's too warm in here. Global warming be real. Dell's like, but it's cold outside. The flow of frigid air has been disturbed in the forest. Okay, what does that got to do with us? Look, I know the ice caps are melting, but we recycle. We're not the problem here. Go find the people who are. I love how dumb the legendary birds are in this game. It's really funny. All 3 legendary birds effectively go, things are wrong in my land. You entered it after things became wrong. You must be the cause. Like, they're such idiots. Like, they're lovable idiots, don't get me wrong. But they are not the brightest. Dell's like, we don't have anything to do with that. It's a coincidence. Please, Articuno, hear me out. It isn't our fault that the snow started melting here. They'll be trying to explain global warming to a dumb bird right now. But yeah, Dell's just trying to explain that calamities are happening everywhere. Dell didn't cause these calamities. Articuno be like, I roll insight and I roll a 1. You're lying! Articuno be really determined to keep fighting us. And it's okay though, we've got a friend. Absol is here to save the day. Is that true? Yes. I have the ability to sense natural disasters. You do? I did not know that, but good for you, Absol. Anyway, now we're allowed to get out of here. And once again, another bird goes, stop the calamities. And once again, I go, how about you get off your ass and help, you know? Like, you're determined enough to stop them that you would just mug random Pokemon coming through your forest, but not determined enough to come and assist us in stopping them. Lazy bum. Shut up, Absol. Well, once again, everyone, I don't know what kind of main character energy we're radiating, but Absol once again looked at us, just like all 3 legendary birds, and went, ah yes, a Charmander and a Pikachu. You can handle this. Stop all the calamities. Good luck. I think Absol actually does come with us, so at least he's At least he gets off his butt and helps. So yeah, he's joining our party now. At least Absol gets off his butt and helps, unlike the 3 legendary birds, who just kind of tell us that we can do it. Good luck. And Del is completely surprised because he's so used to people just telling them, go solve all of the world's problems without help, that he's just shocked that someone's willing to assist us. Which, like, fair. I'm surprised too. Let me lend you my powers. Thank you, Absol. No. Absol needs no nickname. Anyway, we continue north. And conditions continue to be super harsh. I would like to save. At some point, I should switch back to Blue Rescue Team and catch it up, too. I don't remember, is there another boss up here? I don't think so, right? I think we only fight the 3 legendary birds. Like, I think there might be another dungeon, but I don't think there's a boss in it. Omen be having an existential crisis right now. Also, I like how Del's the one complaining about how cold it is. Del, you are a Pikachu. Omen is a fire type. If his tail goes out, he dies. Even if we keep moving, and I'm getting exhausted. We too. What's gonna happen to us? Don't worry, we'll be fine. They'll be like, I was just being sad. And we're like, yeah, we noticed. Omen be like, Del be trusting me. I have to protect my gullible friend, says Omen. Yeah, what is that? I don't remember. Someone's talking to me. Oh, hey, Gardevoir. How's it going? Finally, we get to meet. Your what? The others be like, yo, Omen, do we need to take you, do we need to build you a little cave and get you warmed up? You seem to be hallucinating there. Gardevoir be like, I can only be seen by you. I'm definitely not a hallucination though. Don't worry about it. At its peak, Ninetale lives. Ninetales? Ninetales awaits your arrival. Beware. I forget, do we have to fight Ninetales? We don't, right? I don't remember having to fight Ninetales, but I might have just forgotten. It's honestly, once again, the middle bit of the game, not super clear. Anyway, Del's all like, we'll finally be able to prove that you're innocent. Like, Del believes in us so much. They'll be like, don't worry, I know you're innocent. I'll go with you believe so much in me. They'll be like, I don't know why I trust you so much, but I do. Don't worry about it. Del really just said in a roundabout way, even the first time I met you, you had main character energy, Omen. Anyway, what level is, Absol? Level 20? Okay, well, it's not amazing, but it's not bad. Like, it's only 7 levels behind us. Like, it could be worse. For sure. So we'll go to Dell. We will give a power band. Then we're going to store. We'll keep our reviver seeds in our inventory for now. We'll just reload if we perish with them, you know what I mean? Like, if we die with our reviver seeds, we're just reloading anyway. Check storage, take. We have more power bands, which means that we have an item to give Absol. Here you go, Absol. Okay, let's go, buddy. Oh yeah, that's right. There's also a snow path here. I'm just curious what enemies are on the snow path. You know? And also because I just want to clear it once to say that I did. Yeah, mostly I just want to know what enemies are even here. Okay, so far it's Azrael again, which isn't the worst, but it is an enemy that lowers my... And it's Furret. Okay. There's the same snow path. I hate this. Why? Why 2 areas in a row? Are they like, wouldn't it be funny if you couldn't grind in the grind area, actually? Like, that's just so rude. Why is it like this? Also, I guess I should change the stream title now. Now that we've beaten Articuno. You know, we in fact succeeded at the stream title. Yo, a Pineco, at least that's a... Oh, I need to... 1 second. Team Absol moves. Turn all of these off. Not allowed to use those, buddy. Sorry. Didn't even think about it. Yo, an orb? Ooh, evasion orb sounds like a pretty nifty orb to have on me, actually. Please get out of here for it. Oh, the gravel rocks are set again. Cool. There we go. I've now changed the stream title to On the Way to Ninetales. Get out of here, jerk. There is no escape. There is only your imminent defeat. I'll pick that up just to throw it in storage. Why not? Okay, at least there are some enemies that aren't just Furrets and Azraels in here. Like, it's something. It's still not a good place to grind. But, you know, at least there are non-runaway enemies. You know what I mean? There are, in fact, enemies that are not just for running away from. Which is good. Okay. No, thank you. Bum, bum, bum. Bum. Okay, we're just gonna get out of here. I don't care about continuing the snow path. We'll just store some of the things that we don't want to have on us right now. Save again, because, you know, XP is XP after all, you know what I mean? Like, why wouldn't we save having obtained that XP? Anyway, off to Mount Freeze. Alright, our first mission here is to go through as quickly as possible to see if we can just clear the area. You know what I mean? Like, test 1, can we just win? You know what I mean? Like, is that an option? Is it an option to simply succeed? I have no idea how many floors there are, but we're already on the 4th floor, so I feel like our chances are pretty good. I cannot wait to get to the point where we just have to grind Reviver Seeds to fight Rayquaza. I'm not looking forward to it, honestly, but, you know, what am I supposed to do about it, right? Well, Bell's off fighting something, but, you know, that's fine. We'll just continue on without him. Don't need him anyway. It is all fine. Okay, onward we go. Yeah, I think it'll be... I can get Iron Thorns here. That is very important information, because that means that I can easily defeat any enemy. Like, there's a boss, that's fine. Doesn't matter. Because if I get enough Iron Thorns and I split them up into groups and pass them to each, Oh, I'm asleep now. Rough. Like, if I get enough of those and I just pass them to everyone, then we're good. We're solid. We are set. You know, enough Iron Thorns, that's all we need against any boss in the game. Stocking up on Iron Thorns is probably one of the most important things I'm going to be doing. It's absolutely going to be what I spend a lot of money on. Just because Iron Thorns are probably going to do significantly more damage than our attacks against anything that we're not over leveled to fight. For comparison purposes, Iron Thorns still do more than an attack from Pikachu against Azurils. Which are significantly weaker than almost anything else I fight at this point. Like, they are weaker by a lot than anything else I'm fighting. Del? What was that? You just got stuck back there. Oh, well, bye, Del, I guess. Del just decided to leave us behind and go on his own adventure. I honestly don't know what happened with the pathing there, but whatever, it's fine. It's really nice being high enough level that these enemies aren't actually a threat. Levels are bullies, never forget. I really wish the Pokemon, you know, like your allied Pokemon were just a little bit smarter in this. Like, I shouldn't have to set them on go after foes for them to be willing to move one square while still staying adjacent to me to hit an enemy. You know what I mean? Like, that shouldn't be a thing I have to have on for that to work. Hi, Vigoroth. Please stop. Vigoroth, why? Vigoroth, what did I do to you, buddy? I'm innocent here. I did nothing wrong. At least that's what I'm telling everybody. The truth is not for anyone but me to know. Hey, Zangoose. Oh, I'm just gonna pick up the seed and then let Del into the room, and Del's gonna go on a murder spree, because of course, you know. What else would one do except go on a murder spree? So, rapping is a really good 1v1 move, but this isn't a 1v1. So, you know, sucks to suck, nerd. It'd be all snowy out. Hey, Vigoroth. Oh no, it did a whole 7 damage. Yo, don't be getting pumped over there. Rude. Who gave you permission to get stronger? Hey, another Reviver Seed! We always appreciate increasing the number of Reviver Seeds we have on hand. That is, like, the most important thing for us to have more of. Iron Thorns, Iron Thorns. Don't even care. I see an Iron Thorn, I'm grabbing an Iron Thorn. Another Reviver Seed. I've got to clear out some space in my inventory for it. We're going to eat an apple. So that way we can pick it up. Those Reviver Seeds are absolutely, without question, worth it. This is a very long hallway kind of level, huh? Like, look at them hallways. I'll let Del sate his bloodthirst. Oh, that gravel rock is gone. Del, come on out, buddy. Okay. What enemy did Del see over there? An enemy apparently came in behind us, but I was too busy walking forward to notice. I was too busy holding forward to notice that something happened behind us. Like, it happens. Ow. Man, that last Zangoose really lowered my defense. I did not realize how much my defense had gotten lower until I got hit and took 20 damage. They'll be like, I'm defending you. They'll just get down, Mr. President, and me, which, honestly, I appreciate. My defense was pretty lowered. The enemy could actually hurt me. On to floor 11. I have no idea how many floors there are. I've got more rocks to throw, though, so no matter how many floors... Don't you be setting up on me with swords dance. Get out of here, jerk. I really just use swords dance like I wouldn't even care. We'll just start throwing rocks at these jerks from afar. That is a second swords dance. Yeah, it was defeated though, so it's fine. Or was the second one the other Zangoose? It's a little hard to tell from this far away, you know, since I can't see. Based on the damage dealt, it looks like they each used it once. Yeah. Okay, we continue onward. Gotta find them stairs. Zangooses are actually a little bit of a threat, given that they'll, you know, actually buff themselves. And any enemy that buffs their offensive moves can be a threat. If they buff their defense, like, that's whatever. It just takes me longer to kill them. If they're not already a threat, that doesn't make them one, right? But if an enemy is not a threat, but it can boost its offense, then it can become a threat. Because ultimately, what determines whether something's a... Also, what type is Absol? Don't actually know. Dark type. Okay. Bro. Bro. There we go. I'm sure Okay, that's a lot of poison moves. I'm a little worried about Del. You okay over here, buddy? Yeah, you're good. Okay. I was a little worried about from all the poison tails I saw. You know what I mean? Like I was like, that could be dangerous. It is 2 slackings, but it's okay because you know it dared to attack Del, and so it got paralyzed. You know, just the easy way of living life. Let enemies paralyze themselves on Del. Like, honestly, if I could re-choose what Pokemon I wanted to be for this challenge, it would be Pikachu, because it is so nice to actually have a secondary ability that functions. Because, like, Charmander's fairly well balanced stat-wise, but not having a functional ability sucks, because Charmander's ability is that fire moves get better when you're in danger. And on a normal run, that's a pretty handy ability to have. Like, it's not terrible. I still think Pikachu's is better, but at least it's not bad, right? Like it is functional. You know, it can help you out of bad situations. In this game, and in this run, it's utterly useless because I'm not allowed to use moves. You know? What's Machop's ability? I don't even know. I should probably look. That's something I should probably know, considering I'm doing a file with Machop as my character. What's Absol's ability, actually? Me suddenly realizing that I don't look at any of my Pokemon's abilities. Ah, nice. Pressure's actually pretty sweet. I'm an idiot. Anyway, I decided to fight one more enemy before I go, so that way I'm still not. No. I misread how close to leveling up Absol was. But it's okay, I got more Iron Thorns, which is honestly worth it. Target from here? Yeah. There we go. Absol levels up to level 20. It could learn Bite, but it's not going to. You know, it could, but it won't. I got slightly higher stats, and we're out of here. Yeah, okay. I had a feeling that that was the last floor of that section. I just spilled a bunch of water on myself. But it's fine. It is very cold. I am so cold now. This sucks. Hey there, Glalie. Why you double teaming? It seems unnecessary. You don't need to dodge me. Nothing is as terrifying in a Pokemon game as something using an evasion boost. You know, nothing scares me as much as that, because like if they lower my my accuracy, I can swap out, right? You know, like I can swap out if they lower my accuracy too much. But if they just increase their evasion, like what do I even do? It's not as scary in this game because I feel like evasion boosting and accuracy lowering are just less effective in general in these games. I think it's to compensate for the fact that an enemy could theoretically start doing that much further away, or you could stack that through like most of the floors. So like maybe we make that a little bit less strong. But like it is still very scary just because of how good it is in the mainline games. Like I know, like conceptually I know it's not very good in this. But I still remember all the times that something minimizing wiped me. You know, it's one of the few things that really has a good chance of wiping you in most Pokemon games if you're unlucky, because the chances are that you just don't have a move like Swift. And you could say that part of being good at Pokemon is having a move like Swift, to which I say, you're not wrong, but shut up. You know? Like, if I'm doing a Nuzlocke, and I have a Pokemon who can learn Swift, I would probably make sure that somebody on the team knew it. And I would be very focused on any enemy that could do that, on taking them out pretty quickly. But like, hush. If I'm not doing a Nuzlocke, it is one of the most scary casual things that Pokemon can do. Especially in early gens where you don't have as many answers to it. In later gens, it is not as scary because, like, you know, the more moves there are in the game, the more good answers there are to that. You know what I mean? Like, that's just the natural progression of the Pokemon games continuing to exist, is that over time there will be more answers to things like that. There'll be more moves that are guaranteed hits and more ways to force an opponent off the field, things like that. Anyway, we did it! Up to the top of Mount Freeze. We have arrived. We made it. Where's Ninetales? Yo, where's Ninetales at? Do I have to fight Alakazam here? Finally settled things here. I can barely contain myself. I'm itching for a fight. Del, don't think badly of me. I don't know how to show mercy. I didn't wish for this conclusion, but this too is fate. The role of a rescue team is to help bring peace. We will crush you with every shred of our power. Get them! They'd be like, we will crush you, as if they, one, can, but two, as if that's helpful. Anyway, and here's Ninetales ready to stop everything. That's Ninetales, the legend. It was real. Cease fighting at once, Alakazam. They are my guests. Tell us, Ninetales. Who was the human that appeared in your legend? No, even before that. Was the legend itself a true event? Depending on your reply, I may have no choice but to eliminate them. Then consider my curse to be a legend or not. I care not. However, it did happen. Ninetales be like, yeah, I cursed a human, but not this human. Also, can we talk about how rude Ninetales is with phrasing? Ninetales looks over at Omen upon being asked who the human is, and first says, Omen. ... Pauses! Ninetales paused for dramatic effect there. You jerk. Anyway, it's not us, which is not surprising. It's not Omen. Omen didn't do it. I'm too tensed up to move. Del, I thought you believed in me. Why are you acting like you just got the news that your friend wasn't a serial killer? I thought you believed in me, buddy. Also, Del's very cute when happy. Anyway, Del really be crying and saying that they knew it the whole time. For that human becoming Pokemon, the world's balance are not linked in any way. Cause natural calamities, it exists elsewhere. Hey, you were wrong. You were wrong to hound and harass Omen. We apologize? Okay, can we talk about this whole plot line? Because it's my least favorite part of this game is that there's not any real punishment for any of the people who tried to kill us. Like they were out for blood on a rumor. No one thought maybe we should go, maybe we should send Alakazam to go consult Ninetales and see if this is true. You know what I mean? Like, Ninetales is a Pokemon. Ninetales lives a very long time. It's almost certain Ninetales is still alive. And Alakazam should know that, because knowing a lot of things is kind of Alakazam's whole shtick. I think a much better version of this plotline would have been if Alakazam had calmed the townspeople and said, we will go consult Ninetales and we will drag Omen and Dell with us to go consult Ninetales, and if they are the cause of the calamities, we will deal with them then. You know, I think that makes this plotline work a lot better. You can still have all of the same fights, even, along this plotline, because you just have Omen and Dell travel separately through each area from Alakazam. Have them get separated and have to continue going north to Ninetales on their own. Like, there's a lot of options here that were not the entire town tries to murder you, and then everybody tries to pretend that that never happened after, like, an apology. You know what I mean? Like, the more you think about it, the worse it gets that we just let that go. Shut up, Charizard. No, you didn't. Also, I think that line, Omen just doesn't look like the treacherous type, is a lot funnier when you're a Charmander. Because Charizard would be like, haha, I knew one of my species wouldn't be the evil one. And Alakazam even is like, man, you guys were so cool, not just letting us murder you and discovering the truth. You're so impressive. Why did Omen turn to Pokemon? I understand the Omen isn't the human from that legend. How do you explain Omen becoming Pokemon? Omen, who are you? The ground's heaving. Quake? The world's crust is shifting. The natural calamities are worsening. And the shifting of the ground. It will awaken the beast that embodies the ground. The beast that slept deep underground. Groudon will be awakened! What Groudon is rising? I love that line. What's a Groudon? As a kid, I had not yet played, I still haven't actually played, the gen of Pokemon the Groudon's from. So this was actually my introduction to Groudon. So I was right here with Dell going, what is a Groudon? I don't know. A legendary Pokemon that's been spoken of only in myths. It is the Pokemon that raised the land masses and created continents. It is said to have taken to sleep after catastrophic bouts with its arch enemy, Kyogre. If Groudon were to get loose, there would be chaos. It must be stopped. We will go. We'll go too. No, you must remain behind. Groudon is far more powerful than any Pokemon you have faced. Leave it to us. Oh, buddy, we were just fighting toe-to-toe with you. We didn't get our gold drink the easy way. Okay. Hey, you guys are gonna stop by the town and tell them we're innocent, though, right? Like, they don't say that Alakazam's team does that, but, like, obviously they do. Because otherwise, why would the Pokemon of Pokemon Square ever trust us? It's too much for us. They say Om's team has gone way far out there. We went, the best we could hope for is maybe the Lapis Cave. I joined the chase. They fled into Mount Blaze. For the life of me, I can't go in there. That's where I lost their trail. I'm a grass type, see, fire doesn't agree with me at all. As a fire type, I went through Frozen Tundra. You can shut up. Should you be like, they're too cool for me? Okay, Gengar. Our role is to receive word about Omen's demise. Is it, though? Omen is... Oh, finally, we're finally rid of Omen. No, it's the opposite. Omen is back. What did you say? Anyway, is Absol our witness? I forget, did we bring Ninetales? Hey everyone, we're back. We finally made it back. We've been gone for so long. This is kind of nostalgic to be back in the square, Omen. Hey, Del. Oh, it's you, Gengar. It's been a while. Everything you said was completely wrong. Omen had nothing to do with it. Omen was innocent. I like how are all the other Pokemon just gonna believe us? They'll just be like, we met Ninetales and Ass and didn't bring any proof. We're back because we discovered the truth. Wait a second, you can't be trusted yet. If you're going to make that claim, let's see some proof. Proof? Where's some hard evidence? Let's see some proof. Come on, out with it. Proof? We don't have any proof. Came back for us to so we could get rid of you easier. How conveniently foolish. My fellow Pokemon, here's your chance to get rid of Omen. Everyone else be like, nah. What's wrong, everyone? Don't you want to be rid of Omen? I always believed in Omen. You don't fool me. Okay, Caterpie actually did always believe in us. It's just only a Caterpie. Shiftry be like, Shiftry just be ashamed for even trying, which they should be. Shiftry should be ashamed. And everybody else just kind of believes us. Because all these Pokemon just go with the flow. Extra, extra, read all about it. Dun, ba-da-da-dun, dun. What is this? Looks like a newspaper, doesn't it? Let's see. Pokemon News Extra. Omen innocent. Omen with Ninetales under the watchful eye of Alakazam. And proved that it had nothing to do with the human in the legend. So Alakazam must have somehow contacted Pelipper or whoever makes the Pokemon News to let people know that it was all fine. You run. Run! Stop, you liar! You conned us! Welcome back. Yep, it's good to be back. We're back like we promised. I'm so glad Omen isn't suspected anymore. Yep, I'm glad too. I won't have to keep running from everyone anymore. Oh, and we're both exhausted. I'm going to go get some sleep. Our rescue team gets revived tomorrow. Let's try to do our best. Anyway, Absol is just a buddy now. Although, what friend area is Absol even in? Why do we have that friend area? Dun 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 dun. Also, I'll be real. If I was Omen, and I am, then all I'm saying is that all of the people who hunted me down are going to happen to disappear. One by one. Yeah, I'm not saying that I'm killing them. I'm just saying that they're all disappearing under mysterious circumstances. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what's happening. Anyway, thanks, Pelipper, for saying that, I guess. Okay, first thing we do is stop by Kecleon's store. That is a lot of Reviver Seeds, and I want all of them. Oh, my inventory is full. 1 second. I want to store lots of things. Like all of my Reviver Seeds. I don't have enough yet, but it's a good start. Okay, there we go. Put all of our items in storage. Yeah, perfect. Is there a way to expand out how many pages of our toolbox we have? Like, is there a way to get a third page? Because I'd really like a third page. It'd be super nice to have. You know? Like, it'd be really nice to have a third page. Let me look over here. Pokemon Red and Blue Rescue Theme Inventory Expansion. Rough. It is. It really do just be 2 pages apparently. That is very unfortunate. Yeah, that's a change later games in the series would fix, like particularly DX is a lot. At least some of them like show remorse more than just a single apology. But man, I still kind of look at all of them and I go, Yeah, you should have Wish Cash. Wait, is it Wish Cash or Wiz Cash? It is Wiz Cash. I've been saying Wish Cash the entire time. I never picked up that it's Wiz Cash. Let's see. Are there new training things at this point? There are! There's a bunch of new mazes to do. So we'll probably do that. I'll talk to everyone. Obviously, I'm not going to actually do any linking. That's one of the few doors we can actually walk up to. We still can't go in it though. Yeah, can you give me some interest rates? Oh, wait, can I... Darn. Friender, I couldn't remember if Friender's expanded out before the end of the game or not. Looks like no. I still want more Reviver Seeds, so... I have to say, those like, what, 12 Iron Thorns or something that I got from this guy before running away were the most clutch things throughout that whole experience. What does Switcher Orb do? It switches my position with another Pokemon, yeah? Which isn't super helpful to me, but it is kind of nice, I guess. I think I have to do a regular mission at this point to advance. That being said, we should go swap to the other file and catch Blue Rescue Team up. You know, it shouldn't take very long because we get to skip all the scenes and we can use moves on that file because that's the comparison file. So it should not take very long at all. It should, in fact, be nice and fast. I'm gonna have to get used to playing on the DS controls again, but yeah, it's whatever. Poor RetroArch. I tried every once in a while when I try and open a DS game, it just perishes, and I don't know why. But it's fine. I do have to remember to do a bunch of interactions here. Because a bunch of these interactions are achievements. But we have like a bunch of stuff to catch up on. So let's do that. Oh, I need to turn the challenge mode off. Okay. Now we are good. Okay, so it appears that I have gotten it to the point where, yeah, I've gotten it to the point where we're about to leave. Look, do I have the achievement for, yeah, I have Slumber Party, and that's what I need to make sure I have. That's the missable achievement for this area. Next, I need to make sure that I complete all the side paths. Yeah. Dun da 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 dun. Dun da 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Okay. Let's get out of here. Wait, I wonder, can you technically... Okay. I was just curious if it would let me just go off on a... I did not check my links. Hopefully I set them up last time. I think I did. But I just realized I had not checked my inventory or my links, like, even a little bit. Anyway, we skipped through all that. All these people say goodbye to us. Anyway, off we go. Into Lapis Cave we go. Yeah, I don't have much on me, and yeah, my moves are in fact split up into sets of 2, which is what I wanted. That is what I wanted them to be set up as. So, everything's fine. Oh, that reminds me, I wanted to look at what is my ability. Boost attack if the Pokemon has any status problems? Okay. That's not super helpful, because most status problems... Does that include, like, lower attack or lower defense? And Turley just has the water version of Blaze. Look at that, just 136 XP for every enemy we defeat. Truly, life is easy. I do want to open up the missable achievements that again. For Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, the Rescue Team, only show missables. Okay. I believe Rocky Path is obtainable. I'll be careful about saving, but I believe that the way it works is Rocky Path is available as an option after Lapis Cave, as well as, like, if you lose right now, I believe it's an option, but it's also an option after Lapis Cave, if I remember correctly, which I'm hoping I do. Here's hoping that I remember correctly. Anyway, we'll get plenty high level just by going through these areas, so we're just gonna go through as fast as we can, because we will get plenty of levels just playing the game. We do not have to worry about getting levels along the way. They will happen naturally. I will be eating every gummy I can for IQ until I learn the status one, status reducer or whatever, because that's super nice. That is a really nice ability to have handy. I keep trying to press start. Man, gotta get used to the new control scheme. Life is rough out here. Turley will finish it off. Yeah. Gotta pick up all the cash monies. It is annoyingly durable, but I feel like that's true of a lot of enemies, especially when I'm using low kick, because low kick is not a particularly good move. I'm mainly using it not because it's a good move, but because it talking hard. Just completely lost my train of thought. I'm mainly using it not because it's a good move. Please don't. Wait, why? Also, what was the IQ choice with the PP checker? It's PP checker or exclusive move user, that's right. Which means I have to turn off moves when they're gonna unlink. Which is annoying, but if I'm rushing through it, generally won't be a problem. And I have no need to go out of my way to grind on this file. It is completely unnecessary. The only boss I'm even slightly frightened of is Articuno. And so long as I find a single link box before then, I'm not scared. Because what I'll do is I'll just actually have them both link all of their moves again. And then we will beat Articuno just by hitting it with 8 moves in a turn. You know what I mean? Like, what's it gonna do? Like, could you imagine if you could actually link moves in most Pokemon games? Ooh, a new move? What does Foresight do? I forget. Ah. Forget that. Yeah, we don't need that. Can normal hits hit ghost Pokemon? Does that count as a normal? Does this count as a normal type attack? Oh no. Oh no. Can rocks hit them? I do not know the answers to any of these questions, and they are all important ones. Really is almost out of PP, but that's okay because we're most of the way through the cave at this point. I can always just switch which set of moves Turley is allowed to use. No big deal. That is the benefit of... Ooh, a link box. Yes. Don't mind if I do. Right as soon as I go wreck this jerk. Yeah. Alright, got a link box. Okay. Get mugged. I'm too busy cringing. I'm too cringe to fight. Yeah, we casually got 3,000 experience while hurrying through as fast as we could so far. And that's pretty good. Oh, well, we're too busy cringing to... Darn it, that's a utter waste of a move there. Team Turley moves. Set Water Gun and Bite instead. I just realized I should have set the moves differently on Turley, but oh well. I should have paired Bubble and Water Gun, not only because it's water type moves, but more importantly because they're the most the least uses. So like they're the limiting factor on how many times the combination can be used. So yeah, I definitely should have paired those two together, but oh well. Too late now. You know, didn't think about it. Might as well pick up the cash. And on we go. Great escape obtained. Where are the Pokemon who were chasing us? That's a good question. Yeah, we're gonna continue speeding along. We made it here. We're gonna not save yet. Now we can choose the rock path, yes? Yes, okay, cool. So now we'll just clear the rock path, then we'll save. We should have no issues whatsoever getting through here. I'm really not worried. Or I should... What is a Pounce Orb? What are you? Woo woo pounces? Like... Okay. So it just rushes us forward. It is Uwu Pounces. I was correct. I wasn't expecting to be right about that one, but here we are. Really, you could stop missing so much. Your moves would last longer. Yo, a big apple. Nice. Rough. Got affected by Poison Point. It's okay. I'm just gonna go to the next floor and move on with my life. You know? Anyway, rock path cleared. Another achievement get. Easy game, easy life. Anyway, Mount Lapis wasn't hard on the other file either. So, like, I'm not gonna say that, like, oh, look how easy Mount Lapis was, because, you know, it wasn't hard there either. I will say, if we make it through Moltres with ease, that's a good sign. Because the only reason I made it through Moltres as easy as I did on the other file, on the challenge, is because I had Iron Thorns. If I didn't have the Thorns, would have been way harder. Like, having the Thorns really made all the difference on that one. Correct. Onward we go. And once again, we are just going as fast as we can. We are just trying to get caught up with the other file as quickly as possible. You know, like that's all we care about, is getting caught up with the other file. I still haven't decided if I want to do post-game stuff without moves, and if I do, how much I want to do. You know what I mean? Like I could, there's a lot of post-game. Like, I would say most of this game is post-game. And I'm a little worried about, like, dungeons that say you can't... Yeah, like, the dungeons that level you down to level 1. Because without moves, that's gonna be hard to level up in. You know what I mean? Like, I definitely can't bring Charmander. But I might be able to do it as a different Pokemon. Like, maybe as Dell. But I would definitely want to actually change my team for that. Like, we can't just bring Omen and Dell in. We would have to actually think about who's suited to this. Oh, why are you making me yawn? Rude. Extra rude. Anyway, good for you, Turley. You leveled up. Happy for you. I didn't realize I was leveling up faster than Turley. But, you know, that's fine. What did I want? I want to look at my stats right now. 52. I don't know what my attack normally is. Well, time to take a nap, I guess. At least the burn isn't hurting me. Anyway, orange gummy. Who's that for? Fighting type Pokemon, huh? Om nom. Onward. I'm just gonna let Turley use water gun on this one, you know, like I'll just hit it because I can. Okay, off to the 6th floor now. We continue to advance super fast through this. You know, so far we're not going at a hugely different pace from the way it went on the other file, mostly because this was pretty fast on the other file too. Like, this section just isn't that hard. But you know, we are still going fast. To really be like, I'm a mug all y'all. Got a pink gummy. What type is pink for? Psychic? No poison. Okay. That also makes sense. Another enemy easily slain by Turley. Good for you, Turley. Good job. Got Torkoal down. Chuckle gets wrecked. I feel like there's definitely a lot of Pokemon that I should know the type of that I do not. Like, I don't know what type of Pokemon Chuckle is. I honestly thought it was water, but it did not take reduced damage from a water gun, so I guess not. But you know, it's just one of those things where like you can tell which gens I just didn't play much of, and there's self-cure. Check IQ. Okay. Off we go. Where we stop, only I know. Oh, Turley got distracted, but it's fine. Go you, Turley. You've got that over there. Keep fighting. Turley's just feeling a little bloodthirsty, you know? And he can have some. You can have some as a treat. Rude. That was so rude, just poisoning me like that. Okay. Do I have a Pecha Berry? I do not. That might have been an oversight on my part to not bring a Pecha Berry. I knew there were poison enemies here. You know, like that one, that's my bad. To not just bring one. But like, it's fine, because the stairs are right there, and I'm gonna take an extra 4 damage to pick up that money. But I don't care. Greed is not a slow or insidious killer, unlike overconfidence, but it does kill you very quickly all the same. Slow and insidious it may not be. Deadly it certainly is. Yo, you keep getting more and more equipment, which is a good thing, because it means that I have extra equipment handy for if I ever get, you know, wrecked. Also, yeah, I just want to say, I want to check how much XP I have on the other file when I finish this. Just to, like, comparison be like, without grinding at all, just rushing through the game, but using linked moves on everything. How much XP did I get compared to a file in which I grinded a whole heck of a lot? Is that ghost or dark type? Dark type. Well, I'm still eating it. I could save it to give it to Absol, but like, I don't really care. Absol will be fine without it. You can do it, Turley. Beat him up. Anyway, we continue onward. Hey there, Torkoal. Yeah, that's right. Get wrecked. You've been easily defeated. Destroyed, even. Off we go. Yeah, link box. And now we've made it to the most of the way there point. Also, I really appreciate those save points being there, but I also acknowledge that they are so soft. You know what I mean? Like I appreciate their existence a lot, but they are so soft. Anyway, that's just another 500 XP casually that I just got, you know, like, I wasn't trying that hard, I just got 500 XP. Continue to just drastically increase Machop's IQ as much as we can. You know, like, we pick up a gummy, we eat a gummy. And we're gonna continue that until Machop is maxed. And we'll do the same thing for Turley until Turley is maxed. And then at that point, we'll start just storing gummies until we inevitably want to use them in post-game. There probably will be some grinding for gummies somewhere in the early post-game. I'm not, like, super into the idea of grinding gummies, but I do recognize that they're pretty nice to have around. Anyway, we made it up to Moltres, so now we just wait to fight Moltres. Moltres, I brought a water type. I cannot express how ready I am to crush you. Like, I brought everything I needed to bring to make this easy. Okay, so the water gun missed, which admittedly does make this less easy. And now we'll focus energy in the karate chop. Yeah. 106 damage is pretty good for not very effective. Anyway, get hit by Leer. But again. Anyway. Easy game, easy life, and we get 1000 XP. I didn't even have to think about that fight. I honestly over-engineered it. I could have just used a move. You know what I mean? Like, he's getting back up, and honestly, in the challenge run, I was like, don't get back up, actually. And this one, I'm like, yeah, let's go another round. You were good XP. Fight me more. I'll beat you up again. I won't even hesitate. Anyway, off we go. No, there are definitely others. Anyway, we continue on our merry way. Skip through more scenes. Yeah, we'll save. And we continue on. Hey, Absol. Bye, Absol. It's really easy to forget just how many scenes there were, huh? Because there sure were a lot. Okay. Let's store the stuff we don't need. So I forgot to save. Now we're good to go, Turley. I'll go down the snow path. Okay. Oh boy, Petraberry. Rude Azurill. That feel when low kick misses. It's very sad. Every one of these Azurills is worth 90 experience, and that feels wrong. Beat up this nose pass. Yeah, that's right. Get out of here. There's another level up just casually, you know? Because that's how leveling up is supposed to be in this game. It's supposed to be accidental. You're not supposed to try and grind. You're supposed to just level up while walking around. Which is not the experience I have on the other file. But you know, it's fine. Okay, does water not resist itself? Because that Azurill didn't say not very effective either, did it? It doesn't show me on here. But anyway, we got it. A snowy path is complete. That is the last missable achievement until we recruit Ho-Oh. Recruiting Ho-Oh is the next missable achievement. Or doing something after we recruit Ho-Oh. Because there's a little funny extra scene that you can do right after you recruit Ho-Oh. Okay, yeah, we'll just go for it. I do want to make sure I have a link box. Because I will actually need all 4 of my moves to be linked together. If I use a link box, I can't do out of here. So I don't know, can I... Also, you know what I'm gonna do real quick? No, I'm not going to. I'm not going to unless I actually have trouble. I only super care about linking Machops moves anyway, so if the link box only lets me use it on one Pokemon, that's fine. And that's the only thing I don't know, is if it's usable on both I I hope I hit the right one. Because I accidentally mashed through that. Cool, I got Frosty Forest. I'm glad that was the default choice. Because that was an accidental mash through that dialogue. So it's fine. Everything went exactly according to plan. Anyway, also, I didn't realize how, like, if you have a Link move, yeah, birds don't get to actually escape. They just get defeated. Okay. Except when you miss. Also, can I just say, I feel like my chances of missing are much higher. Is accuracy influenced by level? I don't remember. I feel like I looked up accuracy at one point, and I don't remember what I found. So, oh well. If it is influenced by level, that would make sense. Why it feels like I'm missing much more than. If it's not, I'm just less lucky on this file, I guess. Which is funny in its own way, right? Yeah, we're already up to the 5th floor, so you know. Nice and easy. Right? I forget sometimes that that's how that works. I still don't understand why the AI automatically blocks your way. Because, like, it's going out of its way. Like, I feel like just continuing to walk forward is the easier, more natural path. So it's super weird to me that it automatically full blocks your way when given the opportunity. Anyway, I just casually get 241 XP for every pile of swine that stands in my way, you know? It's a perfectly normal amount of experience to get that any file playing through this area would get. Yep. They would all experience this. Every one of them. Oh yeah, that's right. There's, I forgot there was dialogue the first time you went through, here. Anyway, okay. On to the next floor, I guess. It didn't even start me in the same room. The game was like, we're gonna start you on the same tile, just to make sure that you understand that you can go to the next floor. Like, hey, I got it. That felt a little unnecessary. You know, like, I understand I can go to the next floor. I've got it. I'm sure I probably should have brought a max elixir, but it's fine. Onward! We're already to the 9th floor. So, you know, everything's going nice and easy, honestly. Continue to just get a ton of XP. Like, for reference, we are only 3 levels lower than the other file was, and the other file did a lot of grinding. And we have done virtually none. You know what I mean? Like we have done pretty much no grinding whatsoever. For a second I was like, why'd we only get 25 experience when 17 is the base? Then I realized 17 is not the base. Dittos always transform, so they always use a move on themselves. Yeah, we will continue on our merry way. We'll use our link boxes on the 4th floor. Okay. Anyway, Turley's gonna, yeah. Another 253 experience. That's how much Matangs are worth. You know, that super easy enemy. There were 253 experience on this file. Okay, blue gummies are actually Turley's best gummies, so we will actually let Turley use those. What's Efficiency Expert do again? I don't remember. Ah, that's a nice thing to have on hand. Beat up another Rhyhorn, get 375 experience. You know, just casually. I think it's whatever. You know, just a little bit of XP. Like, there are people who are like, yeah, I made it here at like level 18, and I'm like, how? I guess they just didn't use moves very much. Like, even not using linked moves, I feel like you definitely are level 20 by the time you get to Articuno, if you're using moves normally. I guess, but yeah, if you're fighting without using moves a lot of the time, the amount of XP you get is pretty drastically reduced, obviously. So, that's probably it. That is probably the answers. They just didn't use moves as much as they should have. Into Frosty Grotto we go. Something I need to make sure of is that I don't let either of their moves get too low. Because I want to link all 4 of their moves together, and that means that I need to be able to perform all 4 moves. Well, at least 2 or 3 times against Articuno. Okay, so this is the 4th floor. This is the last actual floor. Okay, and here are the stairs. So we will use our link box to link all of our moves together. If I say no, okay, yeah. I can only use each link box on one Pokemon. Okay, there we go. All the moves are linked together. I just realized I fucked something up on Machops moves, but it's okay. If you're wondering what it is, when I unlinked them, I should have unlinked them all first, moved Focus Energy above Low Kick, and then linked down. But it's fine. Like, it's an inefficiency, sure, but it's probably okay. Okay, let's go see if we can just wreck Articuno, shall we? Throw a Gravel Rock. And then Clear, Low Kick, Focus Energy, Karate Chop. Tackle, Bubble, Water Gun, Bite. Didn't get frozen, which is good luck for us. And yeah, we just win. It is just that easy. My gosh, I cannot believe how easy that was. Easy game, easy life, we're done. It really was just that easy. What does Rapid Spin do again? It does damage and freeze the user from a whole bunch of things. That sounds pretty good. I have no idea, no frame of reference for how good of a move Rapid Spin is. Pokemon Rapid Spin. What's its power? So power is 50, accuracy is 100. That makes it just straight better than Tackle, yeah? Pokemon Tackle. That just makes it straight better, yeah? Yeah, because tackle's 40 power, 100 accuracy. So as long as it's the same stats in other games. Okay, that just forgets all the linked moves, which is unfortunate. But yeah, we will forget tackle because rapid spin is just tackle but better. You know? Like it is just a better tackle. Anyway, we did it! We beat Articuno with ease! It was 2 rounds. 2 rounds of actual fighting. He got Powder Snow off once, which, if he had frozen us, would have been deadly. But he didn't get the freeze, so the game was easy. You know, like that's the only thing that could have happened there that would have been really bad for us, was if he actually landed the freeze. But since he didn't, we get to go through with absolute ease. And now we speed this up again. Like, I cannot believe how easy that was. Anyway, Absol joins us. And then we go through another area, which will be nice and easy, because it was easy on the other file. I'm quite confident it'll be easy on this one, too. So I will save my adventure. Now we, once again, skip through the scene as fast as we can. Anyway, we hallucinate once again, blah, blah, blah. Now we have to go up and meet Ninetales. Off we go. Okay, store. Then, yeah, we're good. Oh, not yet. I need some link boxes. Need 3 of them. Okay, now we're good. Off to Mount Freeze. Part of the reason I'm not like afraid of using link boxes just at will here is because after this they're not super necessary. This is definitely the point in the game where link boxes are the most necessary. Okay, D-link, then do that again. Cool. Done with the link box for him. Use link curly moves. Conveniently, I get to link them the way I wanted to, where Bubble and Water Gun are linked, and then Bite and Rapid Spin are linked. Okay, then use one last link box for Absol. Here into Scratch, and then Taunt into Quick Attack. That should be reversed. Can Leer work at range? I don't know. We'll still do that. Cool. So what's Taunt actually do? The taunted status. So it forces them to only use offensive stuff, which can happen after the attack. It's fine. Right, we will once again scale Mount Freeze as fast as we can. We do not care about anything else. We continue to just rake in the EXP. Also, I'm gonna set Focus Energy Karate Chop Also tempted to, the next time I see Gulpin, put Leer Karate Chop together. Because I think that that's just a better combination. Mostly because I think Karate Chop is the better move. And so it's the one I'm more inclined to use in general. I just think it's a better move than low kick is. So I'd rather have it paired with Leer because I think Leer is better than Focus Energy. Also tempted to just not just have all 4 moves linked and just be like, I'll just bring max elixirs. Like, it's tempting. Not gonna lie. Like, that is a tempting prospect to do. Okay, we continue on our merry way. I think the weirdest thing is, like, the weirdest transition between this and the mainline Pokemon games. Like, there's a lot. But I think the one that throws me off the most is that in mainline Pokemon games, using items during battle is often, like, communally considered pretty soft. You know, like, beating the games without using items is a pretty normal thing that people do. Whereas I feel like beating, like, these games without items would be a nightmare. Like, I think it's harder to beat these games without ever using an item than it is to beat these games without ever using Pokemon moves. I think that is harder. And I don't think it's a particularly close comparison. Okay, yeah, that's a dead end. Making sure there wasn't a room to the right, because, you know, I assumed there wasn't earlier today in this dungeon, and I was wrong. Do. Beat up the enemies nice and easy. Gonna make them give me that XP. A little cheesy. What gave us only 93 after being hit by a linked move? D-Link, forget taunt. To learn Bite, because Bite is absolutely just a better move. And I can deal with the slight loss in XP if Absol, who's not even set to go after foes, happens to take something out without a linked move being used on it. Like, that's pretty unlikely to happen. You've got this, Charlie. Beat him up. I still don't know it only gave me 90 XP. Was there really something that gave so little baseline? Anyway, we still want Iron Thorns because they're still an amazing ranged option, even if we don't rely on them as much on this file. Anyway, beat up the enemies once again. Yeah, playing with okay, so it's those guys whose names were just on the screen, and I've already forgotten it. It's the Chime ones. It's really funny what Pokemon names I just, like, don't ever remember. Like, because there are definitely Pokemon that I'm like, I've seen that name 1,000 times conservatively. Don't remember it. I'm not good with names to begin with, but I absolutely do not remember Pokemon names very well. I don't know what it is. Oh my gosh. Like, recently I took the like online test thing for Easy. I'll just go ahead and use a max elixir. But anyway, so recently I took an online like quiz where you just have to enter all the names of the first 151 Pokemon. And I went into it like, I've played Gen 1 like over and over again. This will be easy. And it didn't go as well as I expected. Nice gold for psychic type Pokemon. Whatever. Yo, we got Quick Dodger? What's that? What does that do? Yo, that's pretty sweet. That take anything off down here? No, didn't. That's really nice. That doesn't even compete with anything else. Heck yeah, just having a flat better chance at evasion, that's pretty good. I will take that. Like, having a flat better chance at evasion is amazing. We love that. Get rid of you. Revenge do. Okay, it's just biting. It's bite. I don't want to know that because that's it's a scary thing when an enemy knows it, but it's rarely a good thing for you to have. You know what I mean? That's the way bide works in these games. Like it is terrifying when an enemy bides. It is not that scary when you bide. Because you have to defeat a horde of enemies. The enemy only has to defeat you. You know, you know what I mean? Like, you can hear the difference there. It's a difference in the number of enemies you have to beat. And also just in the amount of health enemies have compared to you. There's a big difference there too. That's worth acknowledging. Silver. What? That's metal? Yeah, steel type. I don't know why I said metal. Yes, the metal type Pokemon. Type advantage master. That's an either or. Quick Dodger's way better. Although I guess no, I still like Quick Dodger better in every way. Like, having a higher chance of critting is nice and all. But on the other hand, I could defeat my enemies by dodging their attack and not getting hit with a status effect. And I don't really need the crit to defeat my enemies, honestly. And when I do, that's what focus energy is for. Okay. We just casually save. Then we continue on our merry way. What level are we? How much XP do we have at this point? We're up to 66,000 XP. We're only like 2 levels lower. Yeah, I'm looking more at the amount of XP because like levels are inconsistent at best. You know, as it's an example, I'm still 3 levels higher than Turley on this one. Alright, that's another enemy beaten. Anyway, Turley leveled up. I'm only 1 level higher than Turley now. Anyway, off to the 3rd floor of Mount Freeze Peak. Also, can I just say, I think it's wild that you get Absol, another party member, after beating all of the bosses. And he even comes in at a level that's not like particularly impressive compared to what your level is almost certainly going to be by the time you beat Articuno. You know? Like, I'd be legitimately impressed if someone beat Articuno at level 20. Both because, man, they dodged a lot of XP getting there. Because in order to beat Articuno at level 20, you have to both know how linked moves work and use them well, and not just use linked moves to level up on the way. You know, because, like, I think I've pretty definitively proved that if you just have moves linked, and you just use them as you walk along, you will get there. No problem. You will just level up at a ridiculous pace. Anyway, we did it, I believe. It was only 5 floors to the peak, yeah? Yeah, we did it! Easy. That took less than an hour, I think. I think I started this at like 1:45 or something, or 2 hours into the stream. I cannot believe how easy that was. Anyway, they want to fight us again. Anyway, Ninetales talks a lot. Look, Turley is cute, but not as cute as Dell. But I'm a Pikachu simp. It's true. I still fondly remember the Pikachu plushie that I had as a kid. That it was the kind that when you like squeezed its I think its hand or something, it would cry out with a Pikachu. And I fondly remember it. It was like one of my favorite things as a kid. I think I still have it around somewhere. And if I don't, it's probably because it was damaged. But like, Pikachu's the best Pokemon. The only competitor is Charmander. And I won't die on that hill, but I do live on it. You know? I'm not gonna die on it because it's true. You know, I don't need to die on that hill. Everything on that hill is fine. Everybody's happy and in agreement on that hill, as far as I'm aware. And I am not going to change my mind. Anyway. We did it. Wahoo. Okay, on this file, we'll just cut it there. I cannot believe how much easier that was. That entire journey, the entire fugitive arc, was easily solved by just hitting enemies with linked moves. Like, all I did was smack them with my supreme linked moves, and they could do nothing to stop me. Like, they had no ability to stop me from just defeating them. They had nothing on me. But anyway, let's go back over to Red Rescue Team, I guess. And, yeah. We're back to not using moves. You know, she'll go great. Cannot believe it took us less than an hour to do, what was that, 4 dungeons? That's how much easier it was. We did it in less than an hour. We cleared all 4 dungeons. And we ended with like 70,000 XP, I want to say. And for reference, we have 92,000 on this file. Which means this file is only 20,000-ish ahead. Which is wild for the amount of grinding we've done. Like, if you peeped the game time, I think it was 20-something hours is our game time in this game. And that's all grinding. Like, that's what all of that is. It was me grinding. Anyway, okay, we get a gummy for that one. That's pretty nice. So we can only really do one mission on this day. So we could go help someone at Mount Freeze, which gets a hidden power plus something. Or we could go with Great Canyon Failed to Return, which just gets us a Sky Gummy. I'm inclined to go for the Gummy. Although I kind of want to know what the pluses are for this. So, you know what, we'll go find out what the pluses are for this. The fun way. But before we do any missions, there's a bunch of new Makuhito things to do, so we're gonna do those. Put our power bands back. Because I don't remember how strong the Makuhito dojo things are, so like I might be about to get just destroyed. Who knows, you know? There's no way for me to know how this is gonna go. Because I don't remember. But we'll just pop into the normal maze. It'll be fine, probably. You know? Like, these mazes will probably be absolutely fine. It's just Eradicate. Back to not using moves. This sucks. Of course, Raticate's still run away. Oh, this is not the one that's running away. I will say their range quick attacks kinda suck. You know? Like, they're not a great time. But it's fine. We are A-okay still. And we continue on our merry way. Gonna start working on this one while Pikachu works on the other one. Get him. Take him out. Also, dang, Raticate's actually hurt. Uh-oh. But they don't hurt Del, though. They just hurt me. Del, like, takes no damage from them. Okay. We'll let Del, fight them until... I just want to regen my health before I go into the fight, man. That's all I want. The Raticates just keep coming. Off we go. That is not the Pokemon I expected to be here. Also, is it... I guess it probably is a normal flying type. It's just weird that, like, they had Raticate all throughout the dungeon, and Raticate's not here. Like, this is significantly easier than just working through the dungeon was. Why is Raticate not here to be a threat? Like, what's going on here? I felt like such a disconnect between the normal enemies and the ones at the end. Because the Raticates were just harder. They were just the harder enemy. Okay, nothing here is too bad. The Ponytas can do a decent amount of damage. And the Slugmos can poison me. Which is the, honestly, most worrying thing here. Is that Slugmos can poison me. So we're gonna try and... That's a lot of Pokemon in this room. Like, what the heck? Yeah, we're gonna try and remove all possibility of us getting poisoned as soon as possible. Oh, well. One of us is already poisoned, but you know. We're still making progress on defeating all these enemies. Sucks that now we can't heal before the last fight. But we did level up, so... Also, it'd be kind of nice if we actually saw the tail on... Or the tail. The flame on Charmander's tail get bigger, since it always talks about how it does every time we level up. It'd just be nice if that was actually represented. So this is kind of rough. That Del got poisoned. Yeah, so we're just gonna have to go with the amount of health that we have. Okay, we'll get rid of Slugma first, which is important because, again, we don't want to be poisoned. And then we'll get rid of Magby next. And I'll move over so that way Del will actually come closer. It lowered our attack, which is annoying, but it doesn't actually have enough offensive ability to threaten us at this point, so it's whatever. Anyway, so that's another Makuhita dungeon done. We've got a bunch left, actually. Anyway, into the ice maze. I don't know if we'll actually hit a wall on any of these, or if we'll just get through them all with, like, relative ease. I don't know. I will note that a lot of these are going to be way better grinding, so that's nice for future purposes. Like, you know, those enemies are really easy to one-shot, so I'm sure Del can too, and they give 30 XP, and the big ones give 87. So if we do find ourselves in need of grinding, we now have much easier ways to do it, which is really nice. We really appreciate that. I should probably change the stream title at some point. We haven't actually made it to the next, like, big story thing yet, though, so I don't really have anything to change it to. Also, I don't think we'll need to grind again before the end of the game. I think we've hit the point where the only thing I need to do is make sure I have enough reviver seeds. Like, I think we're at that point now. Thankfully, I'm glad we're at that point. That's a lot nicer to be at that point now. I'll beat you up, snow runs. Don't tempt me. You froze my friend. How could you? You jerk. Dun 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 dun. I have succeeded in my training, thank you. Anyway, on to yet another set of training. Into the ground maze, which is the sketchiest maze, and it's not close. But I think we outstatted enough that it's fine. But it is by far the sketchiest because, well, we're a fire and an electric type. You know what I mean? Like, this is the maze that we go into, and we just have the type disadvantage. Gotta beat up all these Diglets. There's so many. Also, I love that they actually have the Diglets dig underneath the ground as they move. It's such a small detail, but I love it. Like, I love that they know Earthquake. I'm glad that was only a magnitude 5. That could have been a lot worse. Okay, now we keep beating up the enemy, wait for ourselves to regain mobility. And then we cry at the fact that there's not stairs in this room, but no, there they are. You know, easy. I would never be worried about where the stairs are. Okay, so the only thing we're actually worried about here is if they start spamming Earthquake. You know? Them spamming Growl is annoying, though, for sure. But yeah, like that's what we're worried about right there, is that they just use a bunch of Earthquakes. Although it also does pretty good damage to all of them, so maybe they would just take themselves out before they got us. But, you know, I'd still rather not risk it. Get them. Take them out. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Anyway, that's another easy Nakuhita Dojo completed. There's still 2 left, I think? Psychic and Dragon, right? Yeah. Are the other 2 that are left right now. Okay. Hey there, Wobbuffet. I forget Wobbuffet's a psychic type. Yeah, screw this noise. Destiny Bond is such a rude move. And of course, it's just 3 Wobbuffets. Of course. And we immediately got shadow tagged. We're quite happy with them just mirror coding. That's probably like the most ideal thing that they can do. Because it's just not that scary to us. It takes so many hits to take one of them out. Pikachu's almost down. Okay, I think I can beat them, but I think I need to bring some ranged moves and with me. And by ranged moves, I mean, I'm gonna bring some thorns. And then it shouldn't be a problem. Because the problem is that they just have too much health. So I will bring some iron thorns. There we go. Me, like, buttons are hard. Okay, I'll bring 12 iron thorns. That should be plenty. That should solve my problem. Like, that should be all I need to solve this problem. Okay. Off to the psychic maze. And we just have to hope that we find them quickly. Them being the stairs. The tactics. Let's go together. We are booking it. We are not fighting more Wobbuffets than is absolutely necessary. Crap. Darn it. Pikachu does just choose to fight them in this situation. Well, as long as it doesn't use Destiny Bond. I say, as it uses Destiny Bond. Okay, I need to tank for Pikachu here. We're fine. Just gotta find the stairs quickly. That only did 32? I don't know what you're supposed to do about that. Other than be strong enough to beat them in one hit. Guess I didn't lose my Iron Thorns. Okay, yeah. What I need is I need to actually get lucky with the stairs. Okay, so I got through the first floor without fighting anything. Can I get through a second floor without fighting anything? It looks like a no. But every time they take a normal swing at me, that's... Fuck. Destiny Bond is the worst move they can use. Like... What do I do about that? And it just... Tactics. Get away. Why? Why, Dell? What is Dell doing? Darn it. I got really unlucky in finding the stairs on that one. I did not keep my thorns. I'm not gonna keep trying for that one. I can tell from the amount of damage that I'm taking just from getting hit and the amount of damage I'm dealing that they're just higher level than me. And I don't feel like trying to make an enemy that's higher level than me work. You know? Da 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 da. Dun 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 dun. Anyway, Magnemite, hey, you're strong. You're only level 15, but your stats are really good, so come join us. It is a real bummer that we don't get to take in. That's actually one of my least favorite things, is that you go on such a long thing that by the time you're done, like, you're at least 4 levels higher, which means that your side Pokemon are now significantly weaker than you. And that just sucks. Dell. Tactics. Go after foes. Also, let me check the tactics for Magnemite. Tactics. Let's go together. Because it going after foes is a little too sketchy. It's not strong enough for that. If it goes after foes, it's gonna perish. You know, it's just here to absorb some XP, so that way I have some Pokemon who are not quite so XP starved. That's really the only reason I brought it. Yo, a yellow gummy? I would love to give that to Dell in a minute, but I might have to eat it myself if I keep getting unlucky with where the stairs are. But it should be fine. Mission objectives: rescue Skiploom is the only objective. It is all the way up at floor 8. There's a bit of a walk, but you know, it's fine. Pecha Berry. Oh, hey, another power band. Now I'll just go ahead and not the Pecha Berry, the power band. I'll just go ahead and give the power band to Omen. You know, being a little stronger cannot hurt. Always nice to have more gravel rocks in the tank. Ranged options are never a bad thing. Also, I played the DS controls for like less than an hour, and I have hit X to target enemies like so many times already. It is sad how often I'm doing that. Like, I was on that file for like less than an hour. That was the control scheme for less than an hour. Heal ribbon? Oh, that doesn't do what I was hoping. Never mind. I was definitely hoping that that would do something else. But alas. Magnemite was too slow to keep up. Almost left him behind on accident. Almost did a little oopsie from poor Magnemite. Maybe continue on our merry way. Already up to the 5th floor, just got 3 floors left. 2 floors left. Oh boy, a link box. Something that I can definitely use. I could have tried to icy windows through the wall, despite that not being a move that can go through walls. Like, what was that about, Seal? A little aggressive over there. You can't even hit me from there and you're still going for it. Like, calm down there, buddy. 1 floor left until we get to the gold floor. And you know what? Odell's got that. Sure, he's 2 against 1, but he's got that. These enemies can't actually threaten Dell, so Dell's got that. These enemies just are not strong enough to be a threat. And we're on the goal floor. Now we just gotta find the person that we're here to save. Pick up an apple. Scrumdiddlyumptious. Hello there, Zangoose. It's time to Peruche. Hi, Kameko. That's the name of that Pokemon. Chimecho. Chimecho, Kameko. I assume Chimecho because, like, clearly Chime is the root of the English name, right? Like, that's definitely the pun they're going for. Anyway, there's the goal. Hello, we're here to save you. You've been saved. Oh yeah, we can get out of here now. That's all we were here for. We done. Yeah, we completed that mission so impressively. No one's ever seen us complete a mission that impressively before. Okay, what was the extra things? A heal seed, and that's it. Okay, well. Should have gone for the gummy. Oh well. Doesn't matter, we were just doing something, so that way we can get the next thing to activate. Please tell me the next plot point activates after only 1 day. Pelipper delivers that mail. Yeah. Deliver that mail, Pelipper. You go. Yeah. Slay. Got some extra things there. Okay, this is the extra. Get a friend area for that one, so we'll do this one today. We'll accept this one, you know, might as well. How do we interact with the Mankeys? I'm pretty sure that's the next plotline that happens, if I remember correctly. Is the thing with the Mankeys. Do we just need to wait more days? That is usually how these things go. It's either wait more days. It's not a rank thing, right? I don't think so anyway. Like, I'm sure it's not a Pokemon rank thing. Right? Okay, anything else in Mount Blaze? No. It's a lot of things in Lapis Cave. That would be a... I'm actually gonna take these just because doing 3 C rank missions is a really good way to get that that, you know, them good points towards a rank up. Dun dun. Da-dun. Dun, 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 dun. Do you have anything important, Kecleon? No. Oh, you have a Reviver Seed. Wait, what do X-ray specs do? Ooh, that's really nice. I am strongly tempted to obtain that, actually. That is thus far the only thing that that he's had that I did not mean to talk to you. That was an accident. I'm sorry, really tough. I have everything you can sell me. I mean to store. Take. Yeah, just give me all of it. Sure. That'll work. Give me them X-ray specs. Yeah. And that Reviver Seed too. Yeah. Okay, store Reviver Seed. And then team give X-ray specs. That's just our normal thing now. That is what we are carrying at all times. Nothing else matters as much as that one. Okay, let's continue on our merry way. Job list. We'll do this one first because it gets us a thing. We will once again bring Magnemite with us just so that way it gets XP. Like it's just coming with us to get some XP. That's all. Onward we go to Mount Blaze. Oh my gosh, this is so nice. I can just go right towards the items. Yeah, this is great. I love this. Also, that reminds me, I have a yellow gummy. There you go, Dal. Now... Mission objective, what floor is it? 10th floor? Okay. Go up, because there's items up here. Easy. Continue to collect more items. Items also tend to be near the stairs. Like, that is a more likely place for items to be. So this is also a way to get me going to the rooms that are most likely to have the stairs. Second. There we go. I had to do something on my phone real quick. We continue on our way. Beat up a Pidgeot. You know, as one does. You know, just a casual thing that everybody does in life. Looks gray. Rock type. Okay, that makes sense. Onward. We've still got 6 more floors to go. 5 more floors to go. Apparently all I need to do is say how many floors are left, and the game will just provide me the stairs. 4 more floors to go. Like, the game really be like, you think that's how many floors you have left? I'm gonna prove you wrong. I hate the stupid being able to step on lava makes going fast. You just can't hold the go fast button. It doesn't work. Magnemite, why? Okay, is there an IQ thing that lets them not do that? I should probably just have that on. Even if I can't actually use it. Doesn't Course Checker? No. Is there really just not an IQ move that makes them not walk on lava? Okay. That makes flying Pokemon like... It makes flying Pokemon like Magnemite much worse. Also, after stepping there, I had to... Magnemite, why? Magnemite over here trying to commit seppuku or something. I don't know. So can I just acknowledge the fact that Magnemite is 10 levels lower than me and has as much health as I do? I'm right, it's 10, yeah? My bad, I think it's 12. 12 levels. 13 levels lower than me. And has that much more health than I do still. That's rough, man. Yeah. I hate that I can get stuck like that, where like if then I can't move back because I accidentally walked onto the lava. Yeah, bringing a flying Pokemon into the lava areas is just a bad idea. Noted. Also, you see how Magnemite only did 11 damage there? Magnemite has 50 attack. I have 47. Level has a huge influence on your damage in this game. Which is why I do 27 and Magnemite does 11. Because level matters more than your raw stats when it comes to how much damage you deal with attacks. And I think it also has an effect on defense too, but it seems to be less of one. I know it feels like less of a difference, but I haven't had a good opportunity. Like Magnemite doesn't take that much more damage than I do. Despite having... Okay, that's definitely a Kecleon shop, so we're just gonna keep going. Because I don't have... I guess I did forget to put my money away. Oops. Me desperately hoping that I don't accidentally lose all of that money. Because that'd be bad. But it'll be fine. I would never perish. I would never lose a fight. That's just not a thing that would ever happen. Is enemy smart enough to throw gravel rocks? What do I do? Legitimately, what do I do? Oh, I ran out of gravel rocks. I was about to swap places with Dell and hope that it started throwing the rocks at Dell. Like I was sitting there going, what else can I even do other than hide behind one of my friends and hope that the rocks go for them instead. Okay, Magnemite, buddy. I hate that Magnemite just burns itself constantly. Also, why does flying over lava cause burns? I think that's pretty weird. I don't think it should. I think flying over lava should be fine. That shouldn't cause burns, actually. Because you're flying. You know? Like, I know Magnemites don't fly all that high off the ground. But, like, I feel like they can fly high enough to not be being burned by the lava. Because otherwise, standing as closest to the lava as we are should burn too. Okay, we got access to Mount Moonview now. So, you know, nice and easy. I would like to save my adventure, yes. Thank you. How long does this section of the game go for? Oh, hey, another friend area. Dun 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 dun. I'm gonna look up a walkthrough real quick just to find out how many days I have to wait here. Pokemon History Dungeon Red Rescue Team walkthrough. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. This one doesn't say, it just says until you have a dream about Gardevoir again. Just like not very helpful. Let's see, did any of these other ones specify? So this one says 3 side quests. I wonder if it's actually number of jobs done or if it's, I don't know. Anyway, wants us to go to the 8th floor of Mount Steel and we get a friend area for that. So we're just gonna do that real quick because we are a sucker for friend areas. Not gonna bother bringing Magnemite with us. Dun, 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 dun. And you Scyther would see that Baltoy and decide it was on site. Okay, we just keep walking around. I forgot to go throw my stuff in storage. Means I have extra stuff right now. But like, it's whatever, it's fine. I'm not too worried about it. There's also not anything too valuable I can even pick up here aside from like Reviver Seeds. So I'm not too worried about any of that. Onward we go. Heck yeah. I know what I want to change the room title to. Groudon Waiting Room. Get wrecked, Aaron. Anyway, I think it's the 8th floor I need to get to. I don't remember. Also, it doesn't really matter. Like, I'm gonna get there. The only thing I really need to be careful about is not letting enemies get too close to Scyther. But, like, that should be not hard. Let me just eat some of these gummies. Bum, bum, bum. Okay, there we go. This way, there are the stairs. Onto the 5th floor, only a couple of floors left. I'll let Pikachu handle that one while I head this way to protect Scyther from these jerks. Easy, onto the 6th floor. Right, these two enemies in the hallway where they can't possibly get to Scyther. There's the stairs to the next floor. On to floor 7. There's the stairs to floor 8. Nice and easy. Pick up some money and then on to floor 8, which is our destination floor. Where is our destination Pokemon? But there they are. I was like, I thought this showed me the destination Pokemon. I just didn't look far enough in the upper right corner because they really were all the way up there. Like further than I thought the map went, actually. I had forgotten it went that far. Also, what is that conga line of enemies over on the left over there? What's going on with that? We did it. Scyther was escorted. Yeah, I do want to leave. We're out of here. We're gonna take our friend area and go home. Also, the X specs are so nice. Yeah, we got Boulder Cave. We appreciate every friend area we get. Anyway, now we save and hopefully see a vision. Yes, we're getting seen. Time to see another vision. Tell us what we need to do next, Gardevoir. Because you weren't very clear. Hey, Gardevoir. What's up? Did you tell us what we need to do? Okay. Agent of Spirits, huh? Gardevoir really be like trauma bonded. You know what I mean? Gardevoir's like, yeah, my trainer was terrible and abusive and abandoned me and a coward. But like, they were still my trainer. Like, I don't know. I don't think that's... That is not the take that I think they thought it was. Like, Gardevoir is good, but like, dang, the way that they don't even blame the person who abandoned them is... Omen be like, I got woken up out of REM sleep by an earthquake. Gardevoir be laying down the lore. But oh well. Hey Del, how's it going? Bum, bum, da, dun, dun, bum, da, dun, dun. Anyway, oh. Well, we'll let this cutscene go, and then that's probably gonna be it for today. Wobbuffet! I hate you, Wobbuffet. Go die. Anyway, they have a mission they need done. Okay, why not? See you later. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Follow for more. Bye-bye.